They are supposed to go in the news next week, and I don't have them filmed yet. So today we're going to expand on the introduction paragraph. You go to college to write these big, long, lengthy lesson plans. And then there's my lesson plan for the day. Rocking it, right? Good morning, everyone. My name is Katie. I'm a third grade teacher in the state of Florida. You're here for a day in my teacher life. Okay, y'all, we're gonna see how this vlog goes. I have a busy Wednesday, but I needed to vlog a day this week, and so here we are. It's today. I got here pretty early because I am working hard on our fun run videos at the end of the month. We have our fun run. It's on Halloween, perfect day, just because it's a wash anyways, right? So we have our fun run, and last year I did little promo videos to go on the news. If you've ever done a Boosterthon fundraiser, they send you like little videos to show every day that are part of the theme. And last year we did the fun run, but we did not do it through Boosterthon. Our PTO ran it themselves. And so we were like, let's just make some videos with people here at school. So I did that last year. I'm doing it again this year. They are supposed to go on the news next week, and I don't have them filmed yet. So it's okay. I mean, like, I'm working on filming them this week. I'm gonna edit them this weekend. They'll be good for the news next week. Hooray. So I have teachers come into my room in just a little bit this morning to film some things in front of a green screen, and then I'm gonna try to film some kiddos this afternoon for some of the promo videos, and then tomorrow afternoon, and then also Friday afternoon. So yay, I'm doing that all week this week, but that's beside the point. That's why I think today will be busy, and we'll see what I can get filmed, because I'm just gonna be filming things on my camera all day long. But yesterday was fun. We did a writing lesson. If you're new to the vlog, we use the Top Score writing program, and we hadn't done writing in a while because we don't do it all the time. I mean, we write all the time, but we don't do like our formal essay writing instruction all of the time. We kind of do like a little mini unit in reading, and then we do a couple days of writing, which is working great. Last year we did, we have like a 6-day rotation for our reading things. So it's like day 1 is introduce vocabulary and skills. Day 2 is introduce the text. Day 3 and day 4 are go back and close read the text. Day 5 is a quiz on the weekly text. And then day 6 is the test on the skill we've been practicing. And then last year we did day 7 was writing, but it was kind of disjointed because it felt like every 7 days we were doing 1 day of writing, and by the time you got to the next day of writing, the kids were like, I don't remember what we did last. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Like, they just would have amnesia and wouldn't remember anything. So this time we did it differently, and we kind of grouped it by like theme. So like, not by theme, but like with the pacing guide a little bit better. So after we did like plot and setting, theme, and analyzing characters, we did 3 days of writing. Now we've done text features, central idea, and started text structure. We're doing some days of writing. Then we're gonna do another little mini unit and then do some days of writing. And I think putting them days in a row has been super helpful and more productive, because last year I feel like it took the whole first the whole first semester, just for the kids to get down the outline, the IRC outline that they use in Top Score. But they remembered how to do it for the most part yesterday, minus a few that still needed some guidance, but it was way better than last year. So we reviewed the IRC outline, and then we talked about hook sentences because we're writing our introduction paragraph. So they got their little paper from Top Score that was all about hooks, and we wrote different hooks together on the board. We practiced like 4 or 5 of them. And then I modeled an IRC outline again. My favorite person's my mom, my reasons, and my extra details. So there's my outline. And then I modeled how to write an introduction paragraph where you write your hook, you write your 3 reasons sentence, and you write your closing sentence. And that is all that we got to yesterday, because we also had a science training from one of our local establishments that does science stuff for kids. I gotta hurry because I'm gonna have somebody come into my room in just a minute and I need to pull up scripts. We can walk and talk, right? So they came and did like a training because we have a field trip with them in November, and so they came and did like a space training, which was really, really fun, and the kids loved it, but it kind of threw our whole day backwards. So yesterday, instead of having my homeroom class in the morning, I had my block 2 class in the morning, and instead of having block 2 in the afternoon, I had my homeroom kids, so we could have them during our scheduled time for the training. So that kind of threw the whole day off, which was fine though. Off in a good way, I guess, if that makes sense. Okay, here we go. Let me get the fun run slides, pull up my morning slides, all those good things. So anyways, today what we're doing, so that made yesterday a little bit off, and so we didn't get as much done as I wanted. So today we're going to expand on the introduction paragraph. We're going to do a little word study practice with compound words, not much. Then we're going to expand on the paragraph. For the introduction paragraph, I'm going to show them what I wrote yesterday, that model paragraph again. We're going to do one step by step using the IRC outline that they did yesterday about their favorite holiday. We'll step by step write a paragraph together, and then I'm going to go into the office in just a little bit and pick out a different prompt that we've already brainstormed for, and I'll have them do that. And we'll probably do another one modeled and then maybe one on their own. That's my goal. And then tomorrow we start poetry. So a little mini unit, like a 3-day unit on poetry. We come back to it again in the spring. But yeah, it's gonna be a little bit busy, but I think it'll be okay. I think I'm gonna start to get some stuff ready around the room though, because I do have people coming to film their teacher parts in just a little bit. So I need to like get this tripod set up so I can film them and go pull what writing prompt I'm gonna want the students to use. Oh, did I show you my lesson plan from yesterday? Teehee, there's my lesson plan. I went through Top Score and I was like, I need a little outline so my brain remembers what I'm doing in what order. So I wrote it on an index card. Y'all, you go to college to write these big, long, lengthy lesson plans. And then there's my lesson plan for the day. Rocking it, right? Anyways, let's get this Wednesday rocking and rolling and see what we get up to. Okay, one more thing, because I wanted to show you my outfit. I'm wearing oversized fall clothes today because I wanted to, but these jeans are new from Halara. They're high-waisted, white, wide-leg jeans, and I really, really like them a lot. I will tag them with YouTube Shop, but I got them from the Halara Circle, and I just really love them. They fit well. And then this is a Costco shirt. It was like $11, and it's very soft, and it's not super thick, so it's perfect for Florida fall and days where it like starts off 60 and ends 80 like today. But I just was like, we're dressing comfy, and these are just random sneakers. I just wanted a comfy day that kind of looked like fall with this taupe color. So there's my outfit. Oh, and my lanyard is Shop Andy. Love this one. It's a great fall lanyard. Okay, you guys, I am at home. I'm sitting here with my laptop and an apple. Yay. That's my snack for the afternoon. I did not check in after school because I had a training that I went to online. I kind of half went to. And then I worked on filming some kiddos for these fun run videos after school. So I'm about to spend some time putting footage together on my computer, and I'm gonna look and see if what I got with those kiddos is gonna work, or if I'm gonna need to have them come back and refilm on Monday and try it again. Because the first one I feel like is always iffy. I don't know if the green screen in the newsroom was gonna work or things like that. And I don't know if they were loud enough because like I filmed with adults in the morning in my room and like all week this week, and adults are like, let's go, let's shout, let's finish the mission. And they're like enthusiastic and yes, we're in outer space. And fifth graders are like, integrity is, and they get nervous. And so I'm like, say it really nice and loud. And so we're going to see if it turned out loud enough. And if not, I'm going to problem solve before I go tomorrow and I try to film more of these. So hooray for that. And then I also have the gym at like 5:45. So I'm trying to do all of this before I go to the gym. And I didn't even debrief about how my day went with teaching writing, and it went pretty good. So I just can't talk about it right now. Maybe I'll either check in later today, or maybe I'll add a clip from tomorrow, like for tomorrow morning. I'll get in and I'll kind of like show you what we did, which is what I would prefer to do, and give you like a recap, and I'll insert that here. All right, you guys, it is the next day. It's Thursday, and I did not check in Wednesday, so I said I was going to check in and tell you what we did on Wednesday. So my lesson on Wednesday was part 2 of writing an introduction paragraph. I think I mentioned that yesterday morning when I started this vlog. My hair is doing some funny things, but that's fine. And so what we did was we reviewed the outline we made the day before. We reviewed my model paragraph for an introduction paragraph, and then we wrote one together based on the outline that they did. And we used a red crayon to underline the hook, a blue crayon to underline our 3 reasons sentence, and then a green crayon to underline our closing sentence in our introduction paragraph. Then I gave them back an old, you can see this big stack over here. This is all of the old writing outlines that I'd had from past writing lessons that were IRC planning pages they've already done. So I gave them one that was about your favorite sport, and we went step by step together again to write an introduction paragraph. This time we did it on notebook paper because it wasn't like printed on that copy, and we practiced skipping lines in between so that at the end we could go through and we underlined our hook in red, we underlined our 3 reasons sentence in blue, and then we underlined the closing sentence in green. And then I gave them one more, they had one more planning page that they'd already done, and it was for their favorite movie. And so this time I gave them the planning page and I gave them a piece of notebook paper, and their job was to write the introduction paragraph on their own and then turn it into the turn-in tray. And then I got to use some of my intervention time today to do writing conferences, which was really neat. So I pulled them and we looked at their introduction paragraph. I'd have them read it out loud to me, which helped them spot a lot of mistakes off the get-go. They were like, oh, I didn't put the word and here. And so I was like, here's a pencil, write the word in. And after we like read the paragraph, I gave them the colors, and I was like, okay, can you find your sentence that was a hook, and can you underline it in red? And then we talked about what kind of hook did they use. Did they use a question? Did they restate the prompt? Did they try an onomatopoeia? And then I would have them look at their 3 reasons sentence and underline that in blue, and then in green they underlined their closing sentence, so that I could show them you had all the parts that you needed, or maybe we were missing something, like we were missing a closing sentence. The most common mistake that I had to fix, y'all, this is gonna drive me nuts all day. I don't know what's happening. That's not the move. It's totally fine. The most common mistake that I had to go over with them again was on the planning pages, they have like 3 reasons, and then next to their reasons they have A and B details, and the A and B details are used later in the body paragraphs. And I went over that quite a few times with them when we did the modeling, and I was like, did I write anything from my A and B details? No, I didn't put anything from those in there, because those are like my secrets that I'm saving for later, because we're going to be writing 5 paragraph essays, and this is just paragraph 1. So you don't want to give all your secrets away in paragraph 1. But I still had at least 2 or 3 in each block that just wrote and put everything that was on their outline in that one paragraph. And so I pulled them over and we wrote it again. We rewrote the whole thing. Now their opening, like their hook and their closing sentence looked good. And so I definitely was like, oh, these look great. I love your opening. I love your closing. Let's rewrite that hook over here, and we're going to work on that middle sentence. And I used my like little container full of stamps, and I covered up their A and B details. I said, we're not writing those at all. We're saving your secrets for later, because if you write about all of it now, you're going to run out of things to say. So I think physically covering it helped those friends who maybe didn't quite get it or didn't quite pay attention when we went over it. I'm not sure which one was the case, but it was one of those. So I did that with all of my block 1. I started it with my block 2 yesterday, at the end of the block, but I have them today during my intervention time, so I'll be able to do some more writing conferences with them. I already pulled 2 friends that did that, and they put all those details, and so I'm going to pull both of them first, and then I'm going to start working through everybody else who has all of the parts. It's just maybe proofreading and then color coding with me. So I thought that was really good to be able to have an individual conference with each of them, and I just wanted to share. That's what I did in both blocks, and it was exhausting because teaching writing is exhausting, but it's all good. I wasn't a very good vlogger yesterday, so apologies. Okay, so now that you kind of know what earlier in the day looks like, let's finish out today by doing a little bit of editing, a little bit of snacking, a little bit of working out, and then going to bed because, whew, I'm exhausted. Just thinking about all of that, it's wearing me out.